From criminal to charismatic leader, Malcolm X. Malcolm X was born in America at a time of rampant racism, a time when African Americans were treated as second-class citizens.
I was special, the only colored kid in the class. I became sort of a mascot, like a pink poodle. In fact, I got called a nigger so much I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I thought it was my name. They talked about me like I wasn't there, like I was some kind of pedigreed dog or a horse. Like I was invisible.
When his teacher asked him what he wanted to be when he would grow up, and he said he wanted to be a lawyer, an attorney.
The important thing is to be realistic. We all like you here, you know that. But you're a nigger, and lawyer is no realistic goal for a nigger.
He became disheartened and quit school. Malcolm was 14.
We're talking about a guy who began his adult life as a hustler, doing every kind of drug available in the streets of Harlem, sexually promiscuous, a true sinner.
Malcolm was eventually arrested.
Before he reached his 21st birthday, he was locked up.
The average first offender gets 2 years for burglary. We were all first offenders, so that's what Sophia and Kate drew. Our crime wasn't burglary. It was sleeping with white girls. They threw the book at us. You know, this is the kind of nigga I am. They're gonna break me down. You know, I'm in this situation. I'm getting out. They think I'm wrong, but I'm strong.
I think you got more sense than any cat in this prison. Why the hell don't you use it? You can't bust out of here like they do in the movies. Because even if you get out, you're still in prison. You go busting your fist against a stone wall. You're not using your brain. That's what the white man wants you to do. You are lost in the darkness. But Elijah Muhammad has come to bring you into the light.
Malcolm educated himself, sharpening his skills as a debater and speaker. In 1952, after 6.5 years in prison, Malcolm Little was released on parole. Malcolm soon went to Chicago, the headquarters of the Nation of Islam, where he met with Elijah Muhammad and officially became Malcolm X. His religious conversion was complete. The message of Elijah Muhammad was clear. The Nation of Islam did not need white people or white society. Because of Malcolm's efforts and his personal charisma, the movement was growing fast. Malcolm was everywhere. He debated on college campuses, made speeches on street corners, appeared on radio and television.
Malcolm, who was the criminal, now becomes a minister in the religion of Islam.
Malcolm discovered that Elijah might have fathered as many as 8 illegitimate children. It was the start of the rift between Malcolm and the Nation of Islam.
Malcolm's finding out that Elijah Muhammad was actually the biggest hypocrite of all was quite devastating.
Malcolm quit the Nation of Islam.
In the past, I thought the thoughts and I spoke the words of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That day is over.
His ideas for the Nation of Islam had become too threatening to Elijah Muhammad's power structure. Malcolm began to receive death threats by telephone, by letter, and on the street. In December 1964 and into January 1965, the threats continued. There were even several attempts on his life, assumed by some to be inspired by the Nation of Islam. February 14, 1965, his home was firebombed and destroyed.
And I'm talking about an organization which I had a hand in building, which I had a hand in organizing.
At 39 years of age, on Sunday, February 21st, 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated by 3 men, all members of the Nation of Islam.
Malcolm is just emerging as a world leader. He's no longer a rabble-rouser riling up the disfranchised Negroes of American urban centers. He's now a person who's ad hoc ambassador of Black America.
What did he leave? He didn't leave no buildings. You know, I said he left changed minds. All he had in mind was to teach our people to rise up in this world.
But when Malcolm was murdered, his dreams were left unfulfilled. But his teachings endure, and his life story continues to inspire.
What were you before the white man named you a Negro? What was your name? It couldn't have been Smith or Jones. They don't have those kind of names where you and I came from.
Malcolm spoke truth to power. This guy is fearless.
It's the white man that's crazy stuff.
400 years is long enough. You've been sitting down and laying down and bowing down for 400 years. I think it's time to stand up.
We want freedom by any means necessary.
I'm Malcolm X. 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 I am 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 Malcolm X.
Great, great Afro-American. And Malcolm X is you, all of you. And you are Malcolm X.